Usually great teams. You know, the New England Patriots looked smart and efficient for 20 years because they were. Alabama football looks strong and physical and well coached because they are. Usually you watch a championship team, Rick, and you're like, yeah, they look like a championship team. They're smooth offensively. The Clippers were up by 24 at one point last night, and it's so ugly. They have no point guard. They're making it up. I know they're really good, but it is so painful. An offense with no point guard. Like, is there a ceiling on what this Clipper team can do eventually?
No, I don't believe so. And I look across the board, though, Colin. Is there a single team out there that you would say is a well-oiled machine right now in the NBA? I'm not even sure the Phoenix Suns fit in that category. They're probably as close as any because of Chris Paul and, as we've talked about before, his stellar assist-to-turnover ratio and just his general floor leadership. But that said, look, Ty Lue has the deepest deck of any coach in these playoffs, and he is utilizing every single card. And I believe some of that is because, look, I can play a variety of ways. So I'm going to see which way works the best for me. And as I do that, I'm not putting too much stress on any one piece. So this is not really about finding that groove and being well-oiled. You want to find that in spots, but it's really getting to the finish line with your best pieces available. And I feel as if Ty Lue has an eye toward that in how he's handling this team. I would have gone small right from the start against Utah because I saw the Clippers play small against the Jazz in the regular season, and I thought, oh, the Jazz don't have an answer for that. He started big in the series, but what it allowed him to do is not put all that weight on Nicholas Batum and Paul George in particular to guard Rudy Gobert the entire series. So now he gets halfway through, and he can lean on them a little bit more and not worry that what's happened to Philadelphia or Brooklyn is going to happen to the Clippers.
So you listen, Embiid Simmons has always been kind of an odd fit. We know they don't get along. It's been denied. It'll work. It's fine. And then last night in their biggest game, you got exactly what we've known for years. Embiid is hurt, can't jump, and Simmons doesn't take a shot in the fourth. And now the world can see it. And now you've got two big max contracts. And I look at Philadelphia, and Doc Rivers snapped after the game. Listen, I'm sorry, but Rick, it's not solvable, right? Philadelphia, This is not a championship. It's not solvable.
No, it never has been. Not as a core to have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. We've known that from the very beginning. And it's a little bit like, I don't know, take a pair of shoes, a pants, a shirt, your favorite shirt and your favorite pair of shoes. And you go, God, I wish I could wear these together. I'd be styling. But you can't. You just can't. They don't fit. No matter how good individually they might be, no matter how expensive individually they might be, they just don't fit. And watching particularly last night's game, Ben Simmons, your point guard, your max salary point guard, sitting in the dunk position anytime you got into a half-court set. I felt like watching a polar bear on one of those ice floes. You know, he's just out there. It looks completely out. What is it doing there? It looks impressive, but looks like it can't do anything. That was Ben Simmons. Bring the ball up, hand it off to somebody else. And this is where the 76ers, like the Clippers, look a little clunky at times because you need that floor leader that is going to control the tempo. When you're up, you want to be able to slow things down and milk what you can get. If you're behind, let's pick it up and go. Ben Simmons is great in the open court, but to pay a max salary to a guy who's essentially a defensive stopper right now and was an absolute non-factor, non-existent in the final 7 minutes of this game, in a possession-by-possession game, it simply doesn't work. So now the question is going to be, at some point, when do you pull the trigger and try to get something for him.
I was saying is I think it's unfair to judge KD now in this series. I mean, nobody does it alone.
Good.
Michael couldn't, so I think it's totally unfair. But I think this is fair. LeBron's moves have always been measured and calculated. KD, as a person, I can tell from his Twitter account, is more impulsive. He picked a team in Golden State that won without him. And then he went to Brooklyn, where there's no history of winning, and they have this chemistry and this nice coach. And he picks Kyrie Irving over Steph, who's much more emotionally erratic. And I'm not putting any pressure on KD tonight, but he doesn't get off the hook. LeBron is always a measured, calculated guy, from his social media to his decisions. KD's a little impulsive, and tonight, this is what you get when you're impulsive. Kyrie's not healthy. Yeah. Kyrie took sabbaticals. James Harden is hurt. So I'm not going to judge him, but some of Kyrie's career is a little self-inflicted. Is that fair?
Oh, you mean KD's
Yes,
career?
Yeah, KD's career. Yeah.
No question. Look, LeBron is a better GM than KD is. It can't be a referendum on who they are as players, because if you look at what KD gives you in the postseason, he's like a freaking metronome. 5 out of 9 years, he's led all scorers in the postseason. And if you look at his numbers, he averages between 28.5 and 32 points every single postseason. Even right now, I believe he's averaging 31, shooting 50% from the field, 40% plus from three-point range. He's going to give you 7-8 rebounds a game. He's going to give you at least a block shot, 4 or 5 assists. So it's not that. I believe that part of what is driving KD is that he is in competition with LeBron on and off the court. But he doesn't want to do it exactly like LeBron.
Yeah.
So how can I do it? How can I show that I'm the businessman he is, the team leader that he is? Like, how can I show? Because I'm not getting quite the love or respect that I deserve for what I've done to this point. And I understand why he would feel like he's not getting his just due. Because, as I said, remarkably consistent. He was the reason that Golden State continued their dynasty run. You can tell me all you want about that they were a champion before he got there. That team changed dramatically as a result of age and infirmity. And KD was the Band-Aid that allowed that thing to go from we won 1 championship to we won 3. But as you noted, it was Steph's town. So that was never going to change. I don't know that KD was aware of that or thought about that previously.
Yeah.
So now he hooks up with Kyrie in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's not the Knicks. I don't know whether he thought he could change that. Kyrie, as you said, is erratic. So I get the sense that KD's trying to do it his own way, but beat LeBron at his game doing it. And so far, I mean, that's tough. And
Right.
So far, he hasn't been able to do it.
Ric Bucher, Fox Sports NBA analyst. Good stuff tonight. We have the Nets, Milwaukee. That's our solo game. Rick, great seeing you again on a Tuesday. Appreciate it, bud.
You got it, Colin.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.